All right, welcome back, everyone. We're diving deep today, and this one's really got me thinking. It's from Hebrews, and it's about holding on to your faith when things get tough. And man, doesn't that just hit home these days?
Oh, absolutely. This passage, it's like it was written for us, even though it was meant for, well, those early Christians facing some serious persecution. But the message, it's timeless, really is.
It really is. I mean, just reading it, I felt that connection. Okay, so right off the bat, there's this image, right? A cloud of witnesses all around us. How do you even picture that?
That always gets me too. But think about it. It's not some like vague cloud, right? It's those who came before us in faith, lived it, breathed it, often when things were, well, really rough.
Wow. Yeah, like a whole stadium full of people who get it, who get what we're going through. That's powerful. And then it goes into this whole like running a race thing,
Yep.
right? Running with perseverance. I mean, sometimes life does feel like a marathon, doesn't it? But it's not just about tucking it out. It's about keeping your eyes on the prize, even when you just want to quit.
Exactly. And those witnesses, they weren't just, sitting there watching. They ran their own races, faced their own hurdles, and every single one pointed us towards the same finish line. And then it gets even more focused. Fix your eyes on Jesus. He's the one, the passage says, the author and perfecter of our faith. And honestly, with all the distractions we have today, keeping our eyes on Jesus, that's harder than ever.
Oh, tell me about it. It's
Yeah.
like we're bombarded constantly, Makes it tough to just stay centered. But what does that even look like practically? Fixing your eyes on Jesus,
Mhm.
especially when, life throws you a curveball. Because the passage, it gets pretty real. They have not yet resisted to the point of shedding your blood. Heavy stuff.
Yeah.
They were facing some serious persecution. So while, most of us aren't facing martyrdom, what sacrifices, what struggles are we called to endure for our faith today?
Now that's a question, isn't it? And while the way we sacrifice might be different, the heart of it, it's the same. It's about standing strong, even when it costs you something. Look at the pressure to just fit in online, in person, everywhere. Sometimes standing up for what you believe means, well, it means going against the flow, maybe even getting some flack, feeling like you don't belong, or even just loving your neighbor, especially the tough ones to love. These might not seem as, I don't know, dramatic as what those early Christians faced, but they take guts, real commitment.
It's true. Faith's not just talk, right? It's action. And
Yeah.
it's not always, a walk in the park. I'll admit there have been times I would much rather just blend it in, kept my mouth shut, taken the easy road. But this passage, it reminds me, real strength, it comes from holding on to what you believe, even when it's tough, finding that anchor in faith like Jesus did, even when he was suffering.
It really makes you think. Imagine those witnesses watching us run our race now. What would they say? Are we living a life of faith that they'd be proud of? That's something we all got to think about. This part of Hebrews, it's not just history. It's a call to get up, get moving, to tap into that strength, that resilience of those who came before, to run our own race, with that same perseverance, knowing we're not alone, not by a long shot.